Hey everyone, this is a new video explaining how to set up a server. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do it with a DigitalOcean. Uh, let's get started. DigitalOcean is a service that that allows you to rent some servers. So using this DigitalOcean, I'm going to set up a server and I'll make sure in the next videos the what are the best practices, security, HTTP2, and all those things I'm going to show you in these tutorials. So let's start setting up the server. So go to the DigitalOcean and sign up. I already have an account. I'll make sure I sign in with my. When you are signing up, you are supposed to add the credit card or debit card. Don't worry about it. Your money won't be debited. But what happens is, uh, initially there will be some free amount that's already available for you in the digital account that helps you uh, learn the things. So for the learning, it's absolutely free. And if you already used it, then you are supposed to pay $5 per month. I guess $5 per month in order to learn all of this stuff is very much. You're gonna earn more than that. So I already have some configuration set up here, but I'm going to show you the completely the new way. Uh, so what happens is create a droplet. As soon as you go in here, it will be empty for you, and make sure in the create you select droplets, and inside these droplets you select Ubuntu as an operating system. Ubuntu is a basic uh, Linux system that everyone will get started because of its support. It will be very useful for you. And inside that Ubuntu, make sure to select an LTS version, latest LTS version. LTS means long-term support. That means these systems are going to be supported if there are any bugs and all those things. In other things, they don't do. Once you select the long-term support, then get to choose a plan. In the choose a plan, you select the shared CPU and not the dedicated CPU. Dedicated CPU means if you are running some, a big startup where you are expected some users and you calculated some scale, then you go for the dedicated CPU. If this is a normal site, then just go ahead with the basic shared CPU. Shared CPU means it's a virtual system, virtual machine. That's in a CPU, the parts will be divided and will be given to you. In the virtual machine, make sure to select the $5 per month. Even if you select the $5 per month, the money won't be deducted. There are already some available coupons for me, and yeah, when signing up, make sure to you can click the my link in the description, so you'll also get some kind of discounts. And in here, choose a data center region. What does it say? What does it mean is I'm selecting my India. uh, it's not the country that you live in, it's the country that your customers live in. That means the nearest the data center, the better it is for the customers, so that the reach will be, the latency time will be less. Latency time means the request and response, those time will be very much less if you select the nearest to your customers. I'm expecting my users to hit sites from the India itself, so I'm selecting the Bangalore. VPC network, let it be basic, and additional options you don't need anything. And inside the SSH key, there's authentication. There's something called authentication. It is asked for you to choose SSH key way or the password way. In the password way, it already says that it is a less secure system. Uh, Let me tell you the difference between the SSH key and using a password. When you are using a password, these servers now server will have an IP address. It's exposed in the internet. That means a group of people always will be trying in the random IP addresses with some combination of passwords, and there can be a case where your password can be exposed and they can directly log in into a server and they can disturb you a lot. I'll show you how that happens once we in the next tutorial, once we did this setup. And you select the SSH key. There's already two SSH key as I created before in some other system. but I'll be creating a new thing, a new SSH key in here for you. So make sure you name it as tutorial, and in here you are supposed to paste the public SSH key. In the SSH key, there will be two things. One is a private key and one is a public key. Private key should be in your system and public key should be in the server. That means even if this public key gets leaked, there's nothing much happens, but the private key should be in your system. With these two combinations, the connection will be made. So let's create an SSH key in our system. Here there are commands already mentioned what to do in here. I'll be doing the same. SSH key gen. Uh, I went into my terminal. Let me clear out all these things for you. But don't just do the SSH key in here. Make sure to you go into CD uh, tilde. The sign is called tilde. I recently learned it. Uh, and dot SSH. It will be available below your escape, below your escape key in the keyboard. Dot SSH slash. CD means change directory. Even in the server, you won't be having the GUI to control, just like I have in here. You will only be having the terminal. So make sure to learn some of these basic commands. I'll be teaching you in that on the flow. That means I'm not gonna dedicate a separate session for it. On the flow, if I'm using any command, I'll be teaching you there itself. So I'm in the SSH directory now, dot SSH directory. If there is no dot SSH directory in your system, then make sure to do make dir means make a directory dash p uh, dash p with dot make sure to do dot ssh. If there is no ssh key, this is for you. If there is one, then ignore this step. It says illegal option. Okay, it should be dash p. Dash p means create only if it's not there. So even if you execute it, it won't be, much trouble. Uh, so in my system, there's already an SSH key. So the directory won't be created. And to the ls in here, it might be empty for you. So now press the SSH keygen. SSH keygen. SSH keygen means SSH generating new key. Generating a new key, make sure you name it as something like tutorial, and enter some kind of password. Make sure to enter it as much less size as possible, so that it will be easy for you. Oh, see, that's why we don't have to enter the big one. And now an SSH key is created. Press ls. See, there's something called tutorial. There are two files created, tutorial.pub and tutorial. So this is a public key and this is a private key. Now do cat. Cat means concatenate and print files. Uh, that means it will print the whatever the contents in that file to your console. So cat tutorial dot pub. Make sure you do it dot pub and not the tutorial, because public key is something that we should paste in here, not the private key. Again, remember, this is a note, cat tutorial.pub and not cat tutorial. And copy whatever the string that showed up in here and just paste it in here. Make sure you don't do all of these things in front of someone, because all these things are really private things. But the thing is, I'm doing it and I'm going to delete it as soon as I post the video. And add a SSH key. That's it. You're done. You're done creating an SSH key. And finally, how many droplets? Just select the one droplet and tags. It helps me create to delete. I'll be creating a tag called tutorial so that I can identify in the digital ocean. and don't enable backups at least for now. Create droplet. Once you press the create droplet, a server will be creating it for you. That means there is a system that's already creating on the DigitalOcean front. So once this completes, you will get an IP address something like this. And with these IP address, there's a place for your internet. This is my home in the internet. For example, if I copy it and paste it in the browser, it will be redirecting to the prudhiredi.com. uh, isn't it awesome? Prudhiredi.com is my domain. Even it is supposed to buy it from another service. In the next video, I'll show you how to connect a server. I have to connect an IP address with the domain name. That's also a concept called DNS. I'm going to teach you. Uh, and if you also press prudhiredi.com, it again goes to my server. Meanwhile, your new server is created, and my IP address is whatever the IP address that's there in here. You copy it and try to paste in here. See, right now there's nothing because you didn't keep anything in your server yet. Let's host our site. Uh, Go back to your terminal. Now press clear, and what you can do right now is, in order to connect to that system, let's connect to that system on the internet. So what we can do, SSH IP address. It's asking the authenticity of can be established. There's a fingerprint that you just want to check every time. Make sure you press yes. It says permission denied. Oh, what did I do wrong? Uh, Now it should be SSH root at the rate. Root at the rate means it's a root username. Initially, the server that is created on the DigitalOcean will have a root as a username. SSH root at the rate. Oh, even this is not working. So what's wrong with it? Uh, what I'll let you know. So initially, you need to pass that private key to this SSH. Let's see how to do that. We are in the .ssh directory. SSH dash I and private key. What is it? The private key. The tutorial. Tutorial is a private key. Tutorial.pub is a public key. And now you do that again. Root at the rate IP address. So 139 your IP. Make sure you do your IP address and not the mine. Uh, See, it's asking for the password that I created for the SSH key. Previously, we created a password for it. Make sure to enter it. That's it. We are connected. Uh, yeah, we are in the server now. See, this is a root at the rate human2.com. And again, if you go to about, it's a Zomato laptop, so it's in the Zomato, and in here you will find the root. So that means we are in a different system now. So as soon as we get access to a server, what we should be doing is, we should be updating the system. I think the warning is already there to check for new updates run sudo apt update. So make sure to do this. Sudo apt update. And yeah, that's pretty much covers this entire video. And once you do this sudo apt update, also make sure to do sudo apt upgrade. Let me just do it for you. Sudo apt upgrade, and this will update things. And once this process completes, then your system is updated. So whenever you want, you can directly connect to your system and do stuff in here. This is your private server. Yeah, in the next video we'll see how to connect a domain name with it, and in the later sections we'll talk about how to handle the security part, and how to set up an HTTP2, how to host in Node.js, how to what is process managers, and all those things are coming up for you. I'm excited about it. So you should also be. Yeah, see you in another video.